This is a different angle. We're doing sugar-free holiday in my kitchen. We're gonna healthify some sides. We went from the hood to Hollywood. I'm gonna take y'all with me, as I always do. And we're gonna start with candied sweet potato casserole. So, I made candied sweet potatoes yesterday. You can do this ahead of time. It's kind of like if I have leftovers, it's a great way to start. You pop them in the oven, wash them, don't poke any holes, they're magic. You just stick them in a 425 degree oven, 2 hours until they naturally caramelize. I'll show you what they look like. They're beautiful, orange. They get this like black crust. Don't worry, that is sugar, natural caramel, okay? So all I'm gonna do here is peel the skins off and pop everything into a bowl. For our Thanksgiving, my mom makes the craziest sweet potatoes. She makes this sugar-filled caramel, covers it in marshmallows. I'm sure your family does something super similar. I wanted to find a way to do that with the same amount of deliciousness, but a lot less calories. So this is what I came up with. We're gonna do candied sweet potato casserole. So I made, gosh, what is this? 6 sweet potatoes. You can do however many or little you want. If I were making this for my actual family, we'd probably do 25 sweet potatoes, neither here nor there. So these are cold, fresh from the fridge. What I'm gonna do is just pop them in this bowl, and then I'm gonna add in all these things you see here. We have some delicious honey. I use the raw wildflower one from Texas, baby. We gotta stay local. I have Kerrygold butter. I said healthy, but I didn't say not delicious. It's still Thanksgiving after all. We're gonna do coconut and almond milk. So it's kind of dairy-free. I mean, it's not because we're doing butter. I have 1 delicious pasture-raised egg. We're gonna put in pumpkin pie spice. And then I'm going to mix it all up, pop it in the oven, and I made this beautiful granola for the top. It's not marshmallows, but it's still delicious. Homemade, healthy. So, here we are. This is a really good caramelized one. Look at that. We want that dark goodness. That means all the natural sugars have come out, and that is where we stay healthy because we don't have to put refined sugar. Sugar-free is a real thing. I really live my life that way. We don't put refined sugar in anything. I am very much against it, and I think that you all should be too. Okay, so sweet potatoes in the bowl. We're almost done. I have a garbage bowl. I talk to y'all about a garbage bowl a lot. It's just a quick way to keep your scraps here so you don't have to turn 100 times and go to the trash can. Okay, here we are. We have all of our sweet potatoes. We have some butter. So I don't use butter a lot, but when I do, it's always Kerrygold. They should really endorse me on this. But it's grass-fed and it's the bomb. So I melted a tablespoon of butter. If we need more, we'll do more. You know, I don't really live by a recipe, so we're just doing what feels good here. Common misconception in desserts, people forget to put salt in desserts. You have to put salt in sweet food, it makes it pop. So just a little bit of sea salt. Again, we're gonna taste this before we cook it, so we're just testing out. I have a little bit of this coconut almond milk creamer. It's organic and delicious. Going healthy, we're just gonna start with that. We'll eyeball it. I have this phenomenal Saigon cinnamon. So I like everything for Thanksgiving full of cinnamon, so we're gonna do that. I have pumpkin pie spice, which is kind of a cheat. I was gonna make my own, but then when I was digging in my seasoning cabinet, I found this. We're gonna do vanilla. My mom always did a capful at a time, so we're gonna do 2 capfuls because we got a lot of sweet potatoes here. I also have an egg. So you want a binder. We're not gonna use a breadcrumb. In any kind of casserole, you kind of want a binder. An egg is always a perfect binder. In fact, I've heard a lot of chefs say that egg is a perfect food. With fat in it, there's protein in it. Okay, and then honey. Ooh, this is the biggie. We're gonna do a generous helping. So the reason I went candied sweet potatoes is because when I eat them normally, they are so delicious. They don't need salt, they don't need pepper. It's like the most perfect food. So it's already sweet, if that makes sense. So I just thought honey is a perfect natural alternative to kind of get things popping, you know? So we're gonna mix this. Doesn't look gorgeous. Again, my sweet potatoes are cold, so they're a little bit stiff, but we're gonna combine this really, really well. I made this granola last night. Some things you can make ahead, especially for the holidays because you have guests and so much stuff going on. So anything you can do ahead of time, I would suggest doing it. Roasting the sweet potatoes, if you want to make a gravy or a turkey broth, anything like that can save you so much time so you can hang with your loved ones on the holidays. That's what it's all about, right? So this granola is grain-free. That's the way we live. And I just used what I had. Use what you have. I did pecans, honey. There's some roasted pumpkin seeds in there. Oh, I did. And then slivered almonds. I did a little bit of salt, again, because it was sweet. And then I just roasted it in the oven, 350 for 5 minutes at a time. And every couple of minutes, I would stir it in the sheet pan. So I'm gonna put a little bit inside because we want a crunch. Nothing crazy. This is already roasted and toasted, so I'm gonna put it on the top, but I'm gonna put it on the top once we're done baking, okay? Now, at this phase is when you would grab a clean spoon, taste everything. Yes, there's a raw egg in it, but don't be a baby. You can taste it, you won't die. We've done far worse things in our lives, am I right? Tequila. Okay. Oh my God. Am I allowed to say it's good and it's my own food? We're gonna do a little bit more honey. This is kind of the way you have to cook with all your food. Taste it as you go. Every time you add something new, check it, taste it. Okay. I have overspiced a lot of things. Do a little bit more pumpkin pie spice. A good way to measure seasoning is here in your hand so you don't ever dump too much. A little bit more vanilla. We could always use more butter, but we're gonna do without and see how it comes. We'll do a splash more of the creamer. Okay. One last final mix. Let's see. Now, I'm not a big rule follower in the kitchen, as y'all know. I don't use recipes. I'm not a big fan of, sticking to a cook time or using a meat thermometer. I don't even own one. But I thought this would be a perfect size pan for what we're doing. So I'm gonna spray it, avocado oil, just so that nothing sticks. Okay. So in your greased pan, oh, you know what? We gotta taste it again. Let's see. That's a big taste. Woo! It's good. We taste that vanilla, taste the seeds. Sweet potato casserole. I hope my mom's proud of this one. Okay. Smooth it out really well. And that's it. How easy is that? The hardest part is roasting the candied sweet potatoes ahead of time, but again, it's a set it and forget it deal. You just stick them in the oven. 2 hours, they come out magical. It's nature. We're gonna put this in the oven. 350 is where I'm starting, and then we'll do 20 minutes and we'll look at it. Sweet potato casserole is in the oven. I started at 350 degrees. I set a timer for 25 minutes. We're gonna keep an eye on the oven as we do anytime we cook anything. We'll just take a peek. I saved a little bit of that granola for the top. Normally you would put it on the top and cook it in the oven, but like I said, we already made it. So I'm gonna put this on right at the end. Okay, candied sweet potato casserole. Are we gorgeous? We are kind of gorgeous. All right, so the only reason we really needed to cook this in the oven at all is because we put the raw egg in it, right? And it looks toasty and delicious. I looked at it in 25 minutes and thought, let's do a little bit longer so it's brown and just melted and delicious. So I have the rest of this granola. This is literally as easy as it is. We're replacing our standard old-fashioned marshmallows with this bomb-ass granola, might I say. I mean, I made it myself, but it is delicious. That's it. There's everything you could want in there. Spices, kind of mimics a pumpkin pie. There's no pie shell. There's no sugar. There is honey, but isn't that the best alternative to sugar? We use that coconut almond milk. It is divine, and isn't it beautiful? Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you guys for tuning in for the sugar-free edition of Holiday Healthified Sides. I am so happy, as always, to cook with you guys. Thanks for letting me come into your kitchen. I hope these are some healthy options that you can make for your family. Don't forget, we love through food. Teach a man to cook. You feed a village. Love ya.